Pokemon anime has a lot of problems. I fully admit that. But one of the biggest complaints people have is with its main character, Ash Ketchum, never winning a Pokemon League at the end of his season/series. Of course, let's not count Orange Islands, because, that was never canon. In an anime that doesn't have all the same events from the games, doesn't have the same cities for the most part, and or casts in the games, and barely follows the continuity of the games to begin with. But in this video, I'm going to tell you why an argument can be made that, well, Ash's achievements throughout the series matter more than just a trophy / being crowned the Pokemon League champion. So let's begin today on the Mounty Presents. Now, throughout the show's run, Ash has won a lot of minor competition, almost too many to list for this video, so for the sake of this, I want to focus on more major actions / achievements Ash has achieved in the anime. But just know that these aren't all of the achievements, okay? Okay. Now, as mentioned before, he won the Orange League. He also won the Battle Frontier and became the 8th Frontier Brain, but ultimately turned it down. Both are pretty big victories for the record, though. And while those are the only major League-like competitions that he has won, or similar to the League, that doesn't mean his performances in the League itself are anything to scoff at. With the exception of Unova and Hoenn, where his position either stayed the same or got worse, Ash improved his position in the League every time he competed and lost in. From 16th in Kanto, to 8th in Johto, to 4th in Sinnoh, to 2nd in Kalos, Ash continued to improve his standings almost every time he competed, and that is not something to scoff at when you consider that each league is filled with the best trainers in the region. He's also saved the world on multiple occasions. He helped stop Cyrus from recreating the world / ruining it in his own image during the Sinnoh saga. He helped save the Unova region when Giovanni got his hands on the Kami Trio and wanted to take the region over. He also helped in stopping Gexus and his plan to take over the region, which basically also results in Team Plasma getting defeated. He helped in saving the Kalos region from Lysander's Zygarde plan. Even earlier in that arc, he risked his life to try and save a Garchomp at the top of Lumio City that was out of control. Oh, and on that note, how about the time he saved Lucamine from being controlled by the Ultra Beast with that new Z move? Oh, and that time he helped save the Alola region from the Necrozma threat in a more recent arc that has been dubbed yet. Oh, and the numerous times that him and his friends fought the Ultra Beasts and helped them go back to their native worlds. Ultra Beasts, creatures that could also destroy the world or ruin it. Heck, as a trainer, he managed to unlock a form not seen by many with his Greninja, though do keep in mind Ash didn't invent this form or anything, but he was one of the few to master it with Greninja. Still though, even if he didn't invent it, his mastery of the form and defeating Mega Evolutions with it is still a good accomplishment on Ash's part. Now for the record, the ones where he had help in saving the world are feats that I could also apply to the other people who helped him, but that doesn't invalidate him as a good person, nor does it invalidate theirs. It's an equal effort for a good thing / accomplishment, and all parties are rewarded in that instance. Speaking of good things, how many abused / traumatized Pokemon did Ash take in and not only made them more confident / form bonds with them by being a generally nice person, but also made them stronger than before? Charmander, Torkoal to an extent, Chimchar, Snivy, Tepig, Lapras, Goomy, Froakie to an extent if you consider its past. Poipole was a pretty traumatic one, etc. Oh, and of course, how could I forget Litten and the build-up to catching that one? Seriously, some of Ash's best Pokemon are the ones with the most story to them and the bonds he formed with them, so the fact Ash was able to do that for these Pokemon who were either traumatized or abused by their trainers prior, and not only make great bonds, but make them even stronger as Pokemon, that is a really good thing for Ash as well as other trainers in the anime who do this. And do I even need to bring up the movies where he saved the world on multiple occasions? So, when you consider all of that, does the title of Pokemon League Champion really matter all that much? Especially when if he failed in the previous cases, there would be no world to get that trophy? Now don't get me wrong, I get people being upset. But just because he lost a title doesn't make him a bad trainer, especially when you consider he was up against hundreds of trainers on par or better than him in said leagues, and especially when you look at all he's accomplished outside of the league that people will most likely remember more than him winning in some region years ago. Yes, it's cliche to say that, oh, everyone's a winner, or that it's the journey that matters and not the destination, but in regards to the anime, I think an argument can definitely be made that Ash's accomplishments / actions paint him as a strong / good trainer more so than the title of Pokemon League Champion or the trophy itself. After all, actions speak louder than words, and while that may mean he's bad because he never won a league to some people, his actions in regards to helping Pokemon and or his friends, as well as help save the world on multiple occasions in both the anime and movies, show him to be a good trainer as well, if not better than some of the people he loses to in the league. So yes, Ash may lose the league every now and again, and he'll likely do so in the very likely to happen Alolan League. And yes, it does suck to see, but when you look at all these accomplishments he's done throughout the series and a franchise, does him losing the league make him a bad trainer when compared to all the good he's done as a trainer? And besides, the league allows legendaries with no consequences to show with the Sinnoh League. After something like that, would you take it that seriously ever again? So that concludes this video. If you agree or disagree with what I had to say, feel free to leave a comment letting me know, and if you like the video, feel free to like or subscribe and or enable notifications for future uploads. Until then, see you next time.